What's going on, guys? It's Lorcana Bro with a Ruby Sapphire deck tech. Ruby Sapphire is a deck that was popularized in Set 2 with the printing of Popsicle, Flavisham, and Tamatoa, but was propelled further into the spotlight in Set 3 with the printing of Lucky Dime. The deck has performed exceptionally well in large competitive events, including winning the Taya Beastie 10K, which has been the largest Lorcana event to date. I ran this deck through a Mishi Monday online tournament and piloted it to a 5th place finish. Before we get into my Swiss matches, let's go ahead and talk about the deck. This is the premier control deck of the format. What that means gameplay-wise is we're trying to stave off early lore aggression from our opponents, ramp up our ink, and take over the late game with our expensive costing cards. Once we have taken board control, the deck is able to turn the corner very quickly with its combo finish of Tamatoa and Lucky Dime. The deck has a couple of ideal opening lines that can vary slightly depending on the matchup. For our first opening, we're looking to play Popsicle or Develop Your Brain on turn 1, into a turn 2 one jump ahead. On turn 3, you'll want to play Fishbone Quill, which allows you to ink an extra card. This will put you at 2 extra ink for the turn, where you can play a Queen of Hearts, Develop Your Brain, or additional Popsicles. On turn 4, we will now have access to 7 ink. This allows us to play Scar or be prepared to undo our opponent's board development from the previous turn. This start, while powerful, can drain your hand of cards very quickly as you are inking extra cards from your hand with the Fishbone Quill. For this reason, be sure to try to mulligan towards card draw elements to keep the gas flowing. This deck is capable of drawing a ton of cards, but can run out of gas when it doesn't find its Flavisham card draw engine. In these situations, it's important to leverage Grammatala and Gaston to provide card selection that can help you bridge your opening hand to the Flavishams. For our second opening, turns 1 and 2 will be the same with Popsicle or Develop Your Brain on turn 1 and one jump ahead on turn 2. On turn 3, you're looking to play Grammatala Keeper of Ancient Stories or Hiram Flavisham. This opening, while not as explosive, provides faster board position as you're able to develop a 3-3 on turn 3 with Grammatala. This body can disrupt early lore development from opposing characters. Alternatively, with Flavisham, we can generate early card advantage, which can open up more options for us to efficiently navigate our future turns. Certain Ruby Sapphire lists are now also running the card How Far I'll Go. This card can be sang by either of our 4-cost characters to provide ramp and card selection for draws that don't include Fishbone Quill. I think How Far I'll Go is a fantastic inclusion to the deck, and while not featured in this exact deck list, is a card I'll be looking to explore in future iterations of the deck. These openings can be affected slightly if we know what matchups we're facing. For example, against aggro, we want access to Queen of Hearts on turn 2 to remove early opposing threats. It's important to note that if we play Queen of Hearts on turn 2 instead of one jump ahead, we will not have access to Be Prepared on turn 4, as we will only have a maximum of 6 ink. Cards like Judy Hopps may be ideal in Sapphire matchups where our opponents are also looking to ramp with Fishbone Quill. Let It Go is normally a card you'd like to see later on in the game, but can be a card you're willing to keep in a Mufasa-based matchup to deny the banish trigger. Regardless of our opening, we are always looking to control the board with our vast suite of red removal songs and characters, and eventually turn the corner with our Lucky Dimes and Tamatoas. From my experience, the deck's matchup spread runs on extremes with either a very favorable or unfavorable matchup. Our unfavorable matchups tend to be aggro decks such as Green Seal Discard, Green Purple Bounce, and Red Yellow Mufasa. While these matchups are unfavored, they're by no means unwinnable, and we need to be very deliberate with our mulligans to capture the victory. Our favorable matchups tend to be mid-range strategies that also spend early turns developing their game plan, but do not have as powerful of a top end. These decks include Blue Steel, Amber Steel, and Purple Steel Jafar. Red Purple is a matchup I have found to be close, with Red Purple as a slight favorite. This matchup generally comes down to us finding a window to play Lucky Dime to swing the inevitability in our favor. With all that being said, let's go ahead and get into the tournament gameplay, and if you enjoy the content, please like and subscribe as that really helps the channel. Alright, we're going first in round 2. We went 1-1 in round 1. Unfortunately, we had some technical issues and lost that recording, so we'll be starting from round 2. We've got turn 1, so we've got some nice pieces here. I think I'm going to actually keep the Maleficent as ink and just get rid of the Gaston. Okay, the Popsicle is a really nice draw. I was going to lead Shield of Virtue, but finding that Popsicle off the Gaston is much nicer. Okay, red-purple, that's going to be a tough matchup for us for sure. We'll see what we can do though. So I think before we start drawing a bunch of cards with this Flavisham, I would prefer first to set up this Grammatala. This is going to shut down their early game questing pressure. We'll just take a Tamatoa. That's some really nice pressure. Now that we've kind of shut off their questing, we can now play the Flavisham and start drawing cards. Well, that is a very powerful card. Okay, that's a nice answer. I'm gonna go ahead and just start by drawing 2 cards. So we can ramp further, or we can attack the Kuzco. I think we do want to clear the Kuzco. We can go ahead and ink the Shield of Virtue. We can also ink the Maui, since we know what we're playing next turn. Maui's nice to keep onto for locations. I think we're going to ink the Shield of Virtue. Play the Popsicle. Now we can attack the Kuzco. If they attack with the Rafiki back, it's a trade. And next turn we're all set up to clear their mini Surfer. This Flavisham is going to realistically get Maui'd next turn. We're just going to cash it in, get our cards, and move on. We can ink the Judy Hopps here. And we'll just clear the Minnie Mouse. The plan with this hand, we have 3 Tamatoas. We're just really hoping to overload their Be Prepareds. Yep, there's the Maui. Okay, so as part of overloading these Be Prepareds, I do want to make a I want to play this Lady Tremaine to clear their board. It's going to put them on the back foot and put them in a position where they're really going to need to be prepared, and we've just got all of these Tamatoas kind of locked and loaded. Take the Gaston. We're just wanting threats. So if we don't draw Inkable, we can just play the Gaston next turn. Okay, Medusa tagging Tremaine's pretty good. Okay, that is really nice for us. We're just going to throw down this Tamatoa and see what they do. I'm not going to quest with my Medusa because that will potentially allow them to attack and Tremaine away the Tamatoa. We do have another Popsicle there as well. Okay, we're gonna play out both of these popsicles. We'll max quest here. And I am wary of Be Prepared, so I think we're just gonna go ahead. I think we just want more threats. At this point, I don't think Fishbone Quill's really relevant. And we'll trade with the Medusa. Okay, this is looking like a Be Prepared. Okay, so we actually made a mistake. We cannot get an item back with Tamatoa. I should have sacrificed one of these popsicles, so instead what I'm going to do is just take a little setup turn. We will sacrifice one of these here and just double ramp. We are really looking for just a lucky dime to close out this game. Okay, they're just playing a bunch of low questing characters, or low cost questing characters, trying to really put the aggression on us. Go ahead and develop here. I mean, we'll take a third Be Prepared over another one jump. Okay, that's a great draw. I think we can ink this Let It Go because we have 3 Be Prepareds. And I'm still not really wanting to quest with this Tala just in case they attack and Tremaine us. So we're just going to pass. They can't quest for 4 to 9, but we can quest for 5. So I actually think we're going to sing the Be Prepared here. They just have a lot of questing pressure. We can follow up with a lot of card draw. They do get to draw 2 cards, but resetting their board and now having a whole turn to assert our advantage is pretty strong. Okay, neither of those cards are really what I was hoping to find. I think we're just going to Tamato again. Get back the Popsicle, ink this Maui, play the Pop, and see if they have another Be Prepared. They've only used 1 so far, so it's very likely they have another one in their hand. It doesn't look like they do. Alright, they're getting a location down. We do have an answer here. So it's just a matter of what we want to do with our turn. This in itself doesn't clear the location, so we'd have to attack with Flavisham, which means we're not drawing 2 cards. But I think that's okay. We can still just go ahead, sacrifice one of these Popsicles. for one more lore. Get back the popsicle. Here we can just play Scar. Clear that location before it's able to generate any kind of lore. And I think we can safely ink one of these B preps, and I don't know if I want to play the Tala just in case they be prepared. I think we're just going to play a popsicle and pass the turn. That's a really nice follow-up for us as well. Okay, if they're able to... Oh, I was worried they're going to clear the Tomatillo. We don't have any more items in our yard currently. Okay, they'll clear Flavisham. Pretty nice turn for them. But we're just gaining a ton of lore with this Tomatillo. Alright, so I think we'll go ahead and lead with Flavisham. Draw 2 cards. My game froze. Okay, we drew our cards. Go ahead and quest here. And here, I think we just go ahead and clear their Surfer. We just want to keep their lore count nice and low. And they do concede. Alright, game 2, we're on the draw against red-purple. This is one of our toughest matchups, so we're going to really need a fast, assertive start. Gonna ink all these expensive cards. We're looking for Ramp. Tala is great. Flavisham, not so great without any items. We'll ink a Dragon. We're pretty far off from that. And Gaston's pretty good. We're just so far off from it. I still think we take it because we have this Fishbone Quill that we're going to play on turn 3. I think we're going to ink the Let It Go, and I will play the Queen of Hearts. I would trade with the Cusco if they quested with it, just to stop them, their early game lore pressure. That's a very powerful card on turn 3. So we are definitely going to just get this Fishbone Quill down. I mean, we're probably playing Gaston next turn and digging for Be Prepared most likely. So I think we're just going to ink Grammatala. I guess I don't need to play the Shield of Virtue. It's not really doing anything for me, and I might want to ink it next turn. We'll go ahead and clear the Cusco just to deny them the 1 lore. And we'll pass the turn. I guess the alternative to the other reason that we should have played the Shield is to allow us to Flavisham. I guess we still Flavisham, we ink and play Flavisham. And I think I'm trying to decide if that's better. I think it is. It's gonna draw us more cards over the next 2 turns, assuming the Flavisham survives, which gives us just a better shot at the Be Prepared. I don't think we want another Flavisham. Go ahead and ink that. If they play a location here, that will be pretty troublesome for us. Bouncing a rabbit is not too bad. Go ahead and draw some more cards here. Guess we ink this Flavisham. I hate to do it, but I guess I could have just inked one of the Gastons. Okay, I think we just have to take the Be Prepared here. And how badly do I want to ramp? I can ink one of the Gastons and play a Popsicle. I'm gonna do it. I feel like it's important to continue generating more ink. If we're going to try and come back from this game, we have such a large deficit. All right, we're basically forced to be prepared here. Go ahead and quest for 3. This is going to be really tough. They can now probably just slam a location. And once again, I'm in a situation where I'm trying to decide if I want to ink this Gaston to play this Popsicle. And I think I do, just because we're so far behind and I'm going to play either the Tomatillo or the Tremaine. I just don't know when that Gaston's going to get played. Playing a location here is going to be really tough. The only good news about that is that we do get to make them sacrifice the mini. I don't even know if that's right. They'll go to 17. I'm trying to think about how do we actually win this game. I think we just have to make them sacrifice this and hopefully draw a Maui or a Scar. These cards don't do anything right now. This, could be prepared. I think I just have to be prepared, unfortunately. They'll go to 19 if they have a goat, that's game over. At least this way they go to 17, and if I draw... A Scar doesn't even do it, so I think we're just dead, unfortunately. And now we're superly dead. Alright, they got us. GG's. Looks like we went 1-1, so we're 2-2 in the tournament so far. Alright, we're up against Bobby McCoo, a fellow Team Labyrinth team member. I don't know what he's playing, but his hand's pretty nice. We would like either a 1-jump or a Fishbone Quill to go with this hand. But I think we're going to keep these 3 cards and mulligan the rest, looking for that 1-jump or Fishbone. We don't find it. Okay, the Queen. So they're Amber Steel. So I could go develop to try and find, well, I think now we're just gonna likely Queen of Hearts on turn 1, so we'll just go ahead and ink the Shield of Virtue. I don't see that us getting to there. Play the Popsicle. Well, we did find the 1 jump. So I guess now if they don't quest out of respect for the Queen, we can just 1 jump. Or they'll take our 1 jump. Okay, we'll ink a... Now that they know about the Queen, it's not as effective. We're just gonna ink a Develop and play one of these Queens. The worst thing they could do is shift and sing Stormrage on or Whole New World. But I think it's not likely, since they turn to Bare Necessities, it may not be likely that they have Whole New World. That's not something they would be wanting to do on their turn 2 of the game if they had the Whole New World. Inking Big Robin Hood to play Sleepy's Flute. That makes no sense to me, but we'll go ahead and sing this 1 jump. Probably just... Let's be real, let's ink this Tamatoa here. We're so far away from it. Into a Develop. Popsicle's great. The question is if I want to play the Queen of Hearts. I don't think I do. I think I would prefer to just get a Popsicle down. Alright, another Tamatoa is not what we're hoping to see. Would have loved like a Maui. Okay, Stormrage on. Still fine. Their hand is really odd. And they still can't quest with the Robin Hood, we're just going to be able to trade with it. Alternatively, we can just get this Grammatala down. I'm going to take a riskier line here. Ooh, Popsicle. Basically, I will be punished if they shift Whole New World, but they haven't done that for the past 3 turns, so I don't think they have it. Another hard cast Stormrage on. We'll go ahead and just heal this Tala. Our hand's a bit awkward. We just can't do anything for the next few turns. I'm not going to quest because they can always shift and attack. I just don't want to give them the opportunity to gain that lore. They're not really doing anything meaningful with their turns. Okay, another Stormrage on. That's 3. To Cinderella. That's a scary one. I'm going to go ahead and banish the little Cinderella. It's more likely that they have a shifter for that. One of our Popsicles is down. We'll go ahead and, let's see, 7. I'm going to go ahead and ink the Let It Go. And now I am going to quest, because if they shift and attack, that means they're not singing Whole New World, which gives us the window to play this Tamatoa. Second Flute's pretty scary, but if they don't have the shift into Whole New World, we're still okay. Doesn't look like they do. Okay. That's actually a really nice card to deal with these sleepy flutes. So I think we're actually going to go ahead and ink the dragon. Play the Tamatoa. And just quest for 1. We have no items in our yard, so we'll have to use one of these popsicles. Four, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so we can already play our entire hand. So we'll do this first to maximize our questing value on Tamatoa. Battle popsicle. Go ahead and hops one of the flutes. I think we're just going to ink this and play another popsicle. Really nice draws there. Bobby's just messaging me complaining. He says he hates this game. Yeah, we'll heal our Judy Hops. Keep questing. So we have 10 available to us. So I think we actually clear the Cinderella. It's the only the Robin Hoods are repetitive threats, so we might as well target the Cinderella. And I think we just ink this popsicle to play this Flavisham. Alright, amazing draws to close out this game. Pass the turn. This is just a really awkward draw for Amber Steel. All right, we're on the play against Amber Steel. It's a good matchup. We have the Fishbone Quill and a 1-jump. I think we're just going to keep these 4 cards. If we find a popsicle, it's amazing for us. If we don't, we have the Tala as our backup plan. Okay, I think we will ink one of our extra fish bones and develop. Unfortunately, we're just going to take this Tamatoa, as we just need more inkables. Okay, we're going to ink the Tamatoa. We're just too far away from it. Play the 1-jump, and I'm going to play the Grammatala instead of the Fishbone Quill next turn, just to get some character pressure on the board. Well, now that it looks like they're going to shift Whole New World, I think we actually do just want to go ahead. I think we ink one of the Talas because we want to keep the Judy Hops for potential flutes. And we just want to ink up. This way, if they shift Whole New World, we've maximized the returns of our hand. If they don't Whole New World, we still have some draw engines available to us. Okay, Benja, that's really nice turn 3 play for them. Right, well, Grammatala is looking like the best play here. I guess we can see what we get off this Tala. Okay, Scar is potentially really nice, so I think we're going to now... Okay. Ooh, Maui's an amazing card as well. But I think because we have the Scar already, I prefer to just get down the shield and set up Scar plus shield or shield plus Flavisham. Okay, Storm Rage on. Does not kill. Inkable? Okay, Inkable here is great. So I can clear everything, but that will essentially trade the Scar. So I think what I'm going to do instead is clear the Benja and the 2 Robin Hoods and keep the Scar alive. The Scar will be susceptible to damage-based removal, but so would the Tala. So it's just a matter of, do I want to keep a Tala with 2 damage on it or a Scar with 4? And the Scar obviously is a higher statted character. Grab Your Sword's pretty strong there. Oh wow, amazing draw for us. Absolutely amazing draw for us there. We're not going to ink the Flavisham because I'd love to sacrifice the Shield of Virtue and draw 2 cards. Okay, that's alright. Now he's already done his job. Ooh, really nice. Go ahead and draw 2. And we can, 1 jump. Can ink this Flavisham to play around a whole new world. I think I'm actually going to do that. We have a Flavisham on board, which the only way they'd be able to banish it is with Storm Rage on and Along Came Zeus. They don't have the ink for that, so this one's going to be able to stick around. Okay, they got a queen. Well, that's really nice. Just drawing exactly what we need. Maui into Maleficent. Ink this other extra Flavisham, just out of respect for Whole New World. Okay, I'm gonna take the Tamatoa and we'll sing Let It Go. Now if they don't Whole New World us, we're pretty set up to take this game. Okay, there is the Whole New World. Sure. Okay, so now we're just gonna try and shut this down. Shut all this madness down. Draw some cards. It's time to shut her down. Clearing these sleepy flutes is critical. Alright. Really tough board state for them to come back from. Yep, they're just going to pack it up. Alright guys, this is round 4. We're 1-0-2. We have a pretty nice start here with Popsicle, 1 jump into Tala. I think we're just going to get rid of these expensive uninkables and keep the rest. I don't know what we're playing against. We're going to ink one of the Talas. We might just ink the second Tala here to play the 1 jump and go for the Flavisham route. Okay, it's a mirror match. We don't have a Fishbone Quill, so that is a disadvantage for us. We will be drawing a lot of cards, though. This dragon is so good later on in the game. I just don't know, like, how, on turn 2, how far in advance should I be planning? I think we're going to actually, yeah, we'll just ink this dragon. Play the 1 jump. Next turn, I mean, if we don't draw an inkable, we have to ink the Maui, play the Flavisham, and then just start drawing cards. Cruella de Vil. Alright, we're going to keep the Tamatoa because that card is just so powerful. I think we're actually going to ink the Tala here, so we have the option to play the Maui next turn. Alright, awesome. Great cards. Likely see a Fishbone Quill. Yep. I'm wondering if I should drop the Maui or just draw more cards. I'm thinking I just want to draw more cards. Could even Judy Hopps their Fishbone Quill, which is a pretty nice turn here. Just to stop the ramp. Alternatively, we can just get our own Fishbone Quill down and ramp up. I think I like that better. Alright, we do have to ink something here. I think it is just going to be this Judy Hopps. Well, it can be this Maui since we have the Scar. I don't want to ink my extra Flavisham because if it does get banished here by a Maui, I do want the second one. It is going to. Okay, here I could just go straight for the Tamatoa for more cards. I think given the few cards they have in their hand, well, I think we'd maybe just go for it. We do get punished if they have a Lady Tremaine, but then we can be prepared. We would have to ink Judy Hopps. If we were to do that, we'd ink Judy Hopps and probably the Be Prepared. We can alternatively just go for a Flavisham here. I think this is the smarter play. Just draw more cards, give us more options to decide what we're going to do. Now we can ink And we are still just going to ink the Judy Hops. And we'll take a dragon. Now if they play their own Tamatoa, we have the dragon locked and loaded to answer it. Okay, they're going to be prepared. Now we can just drop this Tamatoa. Could even drop this to play around Tremaine, but I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to ink it and play the Popsicle. The reason is they only have one card. So if it, let's say it is Tremaine, we can Tremaine back or just play another Tamatoa. Okay, Flavisham's a great draw for them. Here though, we do have two Popsicles locked and loaded in the yard. Okay, 5, is this a Let It Go? It is a Let It Go. We're just gonna go ahead and Medusa the Flavisham. And I think I'm going to Judy Hops my own Popsicle here. I don't want to give them the card when they have no cards. And I do have the Tamatoa to get the Popsicle back. So we're just going to develop our board and set up for a Tamatoa follow-up. Okay, they'll probably Judy Hops their own item here. They need cards. Yep. Alright, it's just time to turn on the gas here. This puts so much pressure on them. Take a gas stonks. And we can probably ink these uninkable cards. I'm just gonna keep them though. Okay, be prepared. Okay, we'll just probably double Gaston here as our follow-up. Ink a Maui. Ink a Let It Go. Play the other Gaston. And we'll replace the Let It Go we just inked. By doing double Gaston instead of Tamatoa, we're playing around Lady Tremaine. Here, let's start with the develop. Doesn't really matter what we do at this point. We've just got this pretty far locked up. Yep, we'll draw more removal, and they concede. Alright, this is going to be the tough one for us to steal. I'm going to keep these two and mulligan the rest of these. We're really looking for Fishbone Quills and one jump aheads. Okay, we got some things. No Popsicles, unfortunately. Our uninkable count is pretty high, so we might have to ink one of these develops on turn 1. I think I'm actually just going to ink the Maui instead. I think we just have to take the inkable card here. We're not really wanting to see either of those cards this early in the game. We don't have much in the way of draw, but our opponent, well, I guess they can ink in Fishbone Quill. I was going to say they're missing Fishbone Quill, but that's not entirely true. Now it is entirely true. Okay, that is a good draw for us. We are going to play the Fishbone Quill. I think we're just going to ink this Judy Hopps. Develop our brain, see what we draw. Don't really want another Tamatoa. I think we can just go ahead and ink this Queen of Hearts and set up for a Lady Tremaine next turn. Without any popsicles, this Tamatoa is really not doing anything for us yet. Judy Hopps is pretty strong. Oh, they're gonna take out their own popsicle. I thought they were gonna take out our Fishbone Quill there. So I think we may need to just play Flavisham this turn. Alternatively, we can play Lady Tremaine, but I'm thinking I'd like to be prepared and then start slamming the Tamatoas. That might be too slow. It might just be better to get this Lady Tremaine down right now, in which case we ink the Develop and play the Tremaine. I think I'm just going to go ahead and play the Flavisham though. If we draw an Inkable, which we do, we're able to play Tamatoa as early as next turn to get back the item that we just sacrificed. But it was a pretty lackluster turn otherwise. I guess we do need an Inkable to play this Tamatoa. Okay, we do draw it. It could also be prepared, but I think I'm going to get this Tamatoa down first and force some additional action on their end. It could potentially make the Be Prepared even sweeter if they commit more to the board and then I play the Be Prepared. Hades tagging the Tamatoa, so the Be Prepared is going to be a little bit sweeter here. But we did give them pretty significant lore in exchange for that. So this will put us to 6. Yeah, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to get the Fishbone Quill down. We're going to ink this. We're going to quest and draw 2 cards. And we're going to play the Be Prepared. And at this point, I think we can just ink this Fishbone Quill. This will allow us to double spell next turn. We don't have much cards left, but we do have a significant ink advantage. Ooh, McDuck Manor is pretty strong. Just go ahead and get this Medusa down and try and clear this McDuck Manor over the next few turns. Ooh, that's rough for us. Okay, we'll go ahead and banish the Flavisham. Go and put 4 damage on the McDuck Manor. If they have their own Be Prepared here, I think it's pretty much game for us. They haven't used any yet, so it's very likely. Yep. We need now a Maui. Like, I don't know what I'm supposed to do. I think we just have to play this Tremaine out. for no value to try and double attack it next turn and just not let them know that we have the Shield of Virtue. But if they have any single target removal, we're done for. Inking Tamatoa, that's insane. Okay, for a dragon. Alright, we did draw Scar. They are still going to go to 18 here. Unless I ink the shield and sing Let It Go on the dragon. I just don't see... I think we're just going to play the shield. And my thought is I will attack and trade with the Maleficent after they quest to 18, and Let It Go will answer their next threat. And then we're just going to have to top deck like a god from here on out to get out of this mess. Well, now that makes me think their hand is just a bunch of Be Prepareds. We're just going to get to lore down. Trade. I guess play Queen of Hearts. Very sad Queen of Hearts. Oh, I could have quested untapped, so I could be at 5. If I had quested with Scar, untapped with the Shield of Virtue, and then gained 2 lore and attacked, I could be at 5, but I would have had to ink the Queen of Hearts. Okay, they're on Nick Wilde. That's really strong for them. I don't think we can come back from that. There's too many cards. They're just churning. This is just a must kill. Can gain 1 lore. 2 lore. Okay, we got the 2 back from the Scar, so it's the same. Can untap it. Pass the turn. Yeah, that's gonna do it. We're not able to come back from that. We would need a Medusa off the top, which actually I don't think there's any more in our deck. Yep, 2 Medusas, so it would need to be Monstrous Dragon off the top. Okay, now it has to be Prepared. Alright, they got us. GG's. We split 1 and 1. Alright guys, this is the last round. We likely need to 2-0 this match to be able to top 8. So we'll see how it goes. I'm going to mulligan these cards looking for a Popsicle. We already have a Fishbone Quill. Yes, and there's the Popsicle. Great opener for us. Oh, we're going to get rid of this Monstrous Dragon. We're so far away. And we'll see what we're up against. Okay, Simba. So that makes me think it's red-yellow. Could be like Pride Lance, Amber Steel. Go ahead and just take this card as ink. And fire this off. We don't really want another Be Prepared. Maybe we do. No, I think we would rather take the Gaston as something to potentially ramp towards. So we can ink the Tala, play the Fishbone Quill, and then Flavisham the turn after. Sleepy. Okay, so this is Humble's list. I think we just ink this card. I would love to ink something else and play that this turn, but I want to keep all of these cards. If this is Humble's list, it's an evasive heavy list. Another B prep is really not what we're wanting to see. We might have to ink one of them. How about a third one? So I think we're going to ink the Maui and ink one of the B prepareds. And next turn we might be able to just jump to Tamatoa, or we might just have to be prepared here. Yeah, I guess it depends on if they play a Mufasa. They do play the Mufasa, so that's going to make the Be Prepared line. Oh, we didn't draw another Inkable, though. So I think what we're going to do is first draw 2 cards. We might just have to be prepared here and then be prepared again next turn. I think that is what we're going to do. Okay, Maui's not really a threat. Prince Eric is a pretty strong threat. I'm just going to take the turn to drop a Tamatoa, get back Popsicle. This will allow me to sing the Be Prepared and then just play another Tamatoa right after. They could Tremaine me, which would be pretty rough. Okay, Gothel into Rapunzel is a pretty strong line. We're just going to do the line. Hold on. I don't have any items, so first we're going to want to do this. Oh, I'm so dumb. Oh, this is fine actually. We're just going to have to ink this other Popsicle. Or we can just play the Gaston first. And this other Popsicle. I think that's actually better. We'll take the Tremaine. We just want some more interaction, and we'll play the Popsicle. Can probably ink this. But there's no rush to ink it right now, I don't think. Another Gothel Rapunzel would be brutal. Okay, Sleepy will just get traded with, or will get attacked. We'll heal the Gaston. I think here, I just want to deuce of them, keep their board clear. Just play it slow, but control the pace of the game. Okay, they're going to 7 for a Scar. So we can go ahead and Tremaine that. And now that we've drawn this Flavisham, I just want to ink this Grammatala and play the Fishbone Quill. Set up the Flavisham draw with the Tamatoa line. Here I think it's finally time to get the Tamatoa down, get back a Popsicle. And here I'm not going to quest with my Medusa because if they attack and trade and Tremaine me, I'll be in trouble. So we're just going to pass the turn here. We could ink. I'd rather save this as a potential item to buff Tamatoa. And we don't immediately need the ink. It's a nice little value engine for them. Sure. We do have our own value engine though. So we'll go ahead and attack. Quest. Get back pop. Probably just Maui. Play Flavisham. Draw 2 cards. And now I think we do just want to get rid of these Fishbone Quills to get these items down. I don't know if they play Be Prepared, but we're definitely, slightly overextending into one. We do have 1 Popsicle in the yard still. Still think I'm going to heal the Madame Medusa. I'm not going to heal the Maui though. Okay, Rapunzel into Mufasa. Go ahead, just get an item down. Quest. Get back a Popsicle. I'm not even sure how much ore this is, but I'm taking it. 17, 18. And this is going to make the Lady Tremaine lethal. And we got game 1. Just need a nice fast draw. I think we get rid of these expensive. Thing is, I kind of want to keep this Gaston, but maybe I'm just supposed to look. I think we just got to keep this nice and lean. We have no other card draw. We have the develop. I'm keeping the Maui for ink. I think we just have to keep it like this and pray. Okay, we did find a Flavisham, no Popsicle. Okay, we can ink this extra Maui and develop. We'll take the Popsicle for sure. And we're probably going to have to ink this other Maui next turn. And then we do need to draw 1 more inkable. Probably going to play a Mini Surfer here. No play till 3 is pretty nice for us. Yep, there's the Mini Surfer. Okay, so we will... I think we just have to ink this extra Flavisham. Play the fishbone. Play the popsicle. Okay. I think we've got to say goodbye to the lucky dime. It's just very far away from that. And I think we can take a monstrous dragon here. We've got a lot of card draw that can get us there. And Judy Hopps doesn't do much in this matchup. Okay, so I think we're just gonna play the Prince. I guess we can like try and dig for a Be Prepared. If we play the Gaston, we can trade with the Prince Eric, get it off the table. I think we do just want to draw more cards though. This does allow them to lure very aggressively. We kind of have to find a Be Prepared. There, we do find one. It's pretty nice for us. I think we just take second Be Prepared here. And I think we ink Fishbone Quill and that's it. Probably going to play a Mufasa. There it is. But I still think this board is juicy enough to be prepared on. So I'm going to ink this Flavisham. I'm going to draw 2 cards. Okay, we're going to Be Prepared. And then the question is, do I want to ink the Develop to potentially play Dragon next turn? And I think the answer is yes. The best play they can make is Rapunzel plus Mother Gothel to draw 3 more cards, just gas them back up. Instead they do nothing. So I think that means they have like a Medusa or a Tremaine. I'm just going to go ahead and play this Gaston. Start looking for some more card draw. I don't think I'm going to ink this. I think we're just going to pass the turn here. This is very likely a Tremaine, which is okay. We can Medusa that Tremaine. Alternatively, we can just Be Prepared and take this 2 for 1. Well, I think we can get more value out of our Be Prepared. So what I'm going to do is play both of these to play around another Tremaine. Okay, that really doesn't matter too much. I'm just going to play Gaston. Actually, I could just play Tala. I think I just want to get this Gaston down. Take the Lady Tremaine. And we'll quest here. They could attack, but I think that's fine. I'm not going to ink anything yet. I could ink the Flavisham because I have no items, but if I ever draw a single item, this card becomes insane. So I can always just delay my decision on... I do need to get to the 9th ink to play the dragon, but I can delay that decision since I'm 1 ink away. So they're probably going to attack in, shoot the Gaston, which that's fine. The Gaston replaced itself. Okay, they're gonna go for a trade and then I guess play another Tremaine. Okay, Medusa. Go ahead and Tremaine their Medusa, and now they could Tremaine or Medusa us back. I'm fine with that kind of game, if that's the game they want to play now. I'm going to ink this Judy Hops, and I'm just going to pass the turn. Yep. Okay, so now just gonna play this Tala. Gaston's pretty nice here, so I think we'll play that for sure. Okay, I think we're taking the Popsicle here just to turn on this Flavisham. There were some really good options there, but we already have 3 removal pieces in our hand. So now we can go ahead and trade. Play Pop. Shoot. And since we do have this Tamatoa, just gonna heal up this Gaston. And there's a possibility they have Scar and they'll get a double trade. So I'm not going to quest. The 1 lore is not going to matter in the grand scheme. But losing 2 characters might. There's the Scar. So here, I'm gonna trade. Or not, it's not even a trade. Guess we can just start with a Pop. Play Maui, I mean Tamatoa. I always get those 2 mixed up. Same movie though. I think I just don't really care about the Scar, honestly. I think we just quest and let them trade or even go to 14. That's not that big of a deal either. But I think I want to save the Let It Go for Mufasa. Ooh, we got punished there. I still think we can grind with them, but we did definitely get punished. Sure. So here, gonna play a Shield of Virtue. Quest. Get back another Popsicle. This card just is putting so much questing pressure on them. I could untap this. I think I'm okay if they banish it at this point. I just want to keep deploying more threats. I'd love to ink something and play this Popsicle, but I think I'm just going to pass the turn here. Let's see, next turn, this is an 11 cost play. This is also an 11 cost play. So we're good at 11. We don't need 12 for anything unless we wanted to do... Yeah, I think we're okay. They could just ignore us and go to 15. But we have a lot of defensive options if they do that. Sure. Okay, make us sacrifice. We'll just sacrifice this Tala. Okay, so they are just going to ignore us. In which case, we'll just Maui both of these down. I'd love to make them sack, but that's essentially the same as playing the Tremaine, or as untapping the Maui. I think we have to just be okay with them going to 17 here. I mean, we could always go super defensive and just attack, play Tremaine. I don't hate that. I think that's actually what I'm gonna do. No, it's just giving up way too much lore to do that. So we're gonna Tremaine them, let them go to 17. I just don't think there's any way that they can win. Like, they can play like Baloo, but that won't gain them the lore immediately. They pretty much have to sack the Pongo here. Yeah, this threatens lethal next turn, so I'm gonna force them. We can just play the lucky dime. Okay, like Teeth and Ambitions would be interesting. Okay, they just don't have anything. So, just make sure we don't deck ourselves. Yeah, we got it. We're gonna just cancel, activate dime. And that's game. It looks like we will make top 8. That's going to be it for today, guys. We were able to make the top 8 cut on the deck, and unfortunately lost in the first round of the top 8 to the mirror match, but still an exciting run nonetheless. If you made it this far, thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe if you haven't already. Keep questing, and I'll see you next time.